Hi, thanks for joining us today. We have been asked a lot in the last 6 months in particular, what does it take to design and execute a global customer experience program? Now, we're very fortunate at Merits because the only two global programs are run by us, so we have hopefully some learnings that we can pass along. Now, I had a chance to sit down with a couple of the project teams that run those programs. One is for Volvo and the other one is for Ford Motor Company. And I asked them what are some ideas or principles that we could provide folks who are asking exactly these questions. And I wrote some of them down. I want to share some of those with you right now. First and foremost, what does global mean? That needs to be defined. Now that may sound like a rather simplistic question, but what we found was there are often different definitions of global that are floating around. The executives may have one definition of it, and the people who are the operational folks who are actually charged with implementing the program can have a different definition. So defining what that is absolutely critical. Now what we also found was each program to some extent needs to be tailored to each individual market, because we need to remember one of the guiding lights of customer experience programs is they need to drive improvement in the market in which they are executed. Kind of makes sense. So for one of the programs I mentioned there, in about 110 countries, there are a core bunch of elements that are similar across the markets. And those are general KPIs that you might expect. Recommendation, willingness to recommend or satisfaction overall, advocacy. Those kinds of KPIs tended not to change across markets, so that when the executive sits down and tries to evaluate what's going on, well, he or she has that information available. But the rest of the survey can be customized and should be customized to suit the individual needs of those markets. And that, of course, is where the work is involved. One other guiding principle which I want to leave you with is be realistic as it relates to the time frame that it takes to execute a global program. We found from our experience a minimum of 12 to 24 months is required in order to get that program designed and executed. Because to some extent across all the markets of the world, that program needs to be accepted by those markets, they need to buy into it, and ultimately needs to be executed. So I hope you found this information helpful. Over the course of the next series of blogs, we're going to be sharing more learnings that we have seen over the last many years in executing these programs, and we want to share those with you over these blogs. So hope you can join us, and thanks for joining us today on The Ride.